Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 11 of the MacroActive Town Halls. I'm Sarah Kelsey, product marketer at MacroActive and podcast host for the One Up project.
And I'm Sam Williams, Chief Marketing Officer. At MacroActive, we're on a mission to impact 10 million people's lives and aim to be the most valuable platform for fitness and wellness coaches, entrepreneurs, and creators.
We have such an exciting episode planned for you today. It is the week where we want to explore cybersecurity and what it means to you. This is an opportunity for all of us to reflect on what we are currently doing to protect ourselves from viruses, scams, hackers, and all the rest. And then realize if we are not protected, what are the best measures to do this, specifically for our social media accounts, as so much of your brand revolves around this. So to chat about its importance, we have brought on Toby, our digital marketing manager, to discuss it with me. Hello, Toby. Thank you so much for speaking with us today, all about cyber safety. And so I'm keen to hear from you. What does it mean to be cyber safe for creators?
Hi, everyone. For cyber safe, it means having 2FA and MFA turn on. That means second factor authentication or multi-factor authentication. And also strong passwords and an awareness of phishing scams and the awareness is the big piece of this because scams online become so much more complex now.
They definitely do, and they're also so much more common. Would you say, do you have any personal experience with this and what you do?
Yes, we have had creators that their Instagram just suddenly been hacked by the others and they just couldn't log in. They lost control of their accounts, their contents, their posts, their followers. And we also had creators' Instagram got deleted out of blue and then received a message from other people that if they paid a certain amount of money, they can get that fixed. We obviously helped reach out to Facebook, but it still requires a lot of work and time to fix that issue. And nothing is guaranteed, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's very true and a super important reminder. And something you mentioned just before was multi-factor authentication and two-factor authentication. How do you turn this on, and could you tell us a little bit about what it actually is?
Sure. So just take Facebook as an example. If you can go to your security and login settings, and then it's quite straightforward to set it up. In fact, most of the social apps will remind you over and over again to turn on the two-factor authentication. So it could be just putting in a mobile number, and then when you log in, you receive the text message, or it could be an authenticator app. So if you have ad manager, for example, besides your Facebook, your Instagram, make sure you turn on 2FA for that one as well.
Yeah, super important. What benefit have you seen that having these things set up gives you?
It will require another step when you log in sometimes, but the biggest benefits I can see is you will get a peace of mind.
Yeah, definitely. Not having to worry, which I think is really important for our creators. And as you said, the example before, I'm sure that was a very stressful situation.
Yeah.
And just how much is a content creator risking, I guess, in addition to that, by not having all the security options available on their accounts?
So imagine the social profiles you have built up for years, all the posts, all the links, all the likes, all the comments, and all the followers just gone. This is likely to affect your linked ad account as well. So all ads just stopped. So your reputation, your brand, your business will definitely be impacted.
That's interesting. I didn't realize it would affect your ad account as well. And so
Sure.
how secure are our partner creators platforms?
Yeah, so at MacroActive, we use a system that prevents DDoS attack. DDoS attack means distributed denial of service attack. So this is a cyber crime that prevents user from accessing connected online services and sites. So while protected, you will always be access to your platform. There was actually proven by a 2020 attempt, which prevented one of our clients from having to pay a 2 Bitcoin ransom.
Crazy. Yeah, it's definitely so important. And I'm glad to hear that the creators will have that peace of mind that you mentioned earlier with our platform as well. That's great. So thank you so much, Toby, for your time. I really appreciate you helping us out with this one.
No worries. Thanks, Sarah.
Toby touched on some extremely vital points around cybersecurity. I think it's important to note that these things are things that our team have seen firsthand affect creators, so we want to make sure that you are protected. Let's recap on a few of those main points.
Yeah, so Toby mentioned a range of different ways to keep yourself and your brand safe, which you may already have heard of, such as two-factor authentication. But a hugely important part of this is being aware. Email scams, as an example, can be very realistic and believable, with email addresses being identical to those that you trust. And if someone asks you to do something or click something which seems even slightly abnormal, think twice. Oh, and have a backup plan for when you inevitably lose, break, or have your phone stolen.
Absolutely. There are also so many impacts that come as a result of having secure processes in place. You never have to worry that a surprise attack will happen on your platform or social media accounts. If you've had this happen to you before, you'll know the impact this has on your mental well-being. Not only that, but your brand and your reputation becomes at risk when you are hacked or scammed. Scammers have been known to post content on victims' accounts, which unknown followers can by default become victim to as well.
Yeah. The other thing to keep in mind is that your teams change also. So you might have different people working with you that also have access to your sales, marketing, and social accounts. Your passwords are only as strong as your team's awareness of the risks.
Definitely. We'll leave a couple links to the articles and videos below where you can learn more about setting up two-factor authentication for your account. Next, we want to update you with some news. You're most likely seeing headlines everywhere that highlight the potential recession we're heading into. It can be a little overwhelming, and as business owners, this gives you little security about what is going to happen.
Yeah, I was watching this CNBC video that discusses a survey that they conduct with millionaires. You know, you could say, well, how relevant is that to creators? However, it's the sentiment that matters amongst those that have actually got reasonable wealth. And so the survey looked at the millionaires' view of things like the government, the likelihood of recession, and the economy overall. And I guess a little bit similar to weather forecasts, the predictions around economic headwinds are pretty strong at the moment. And this was an interesting indicator of what we might be facing. So no matter what happens in terms of a hard or a soft landing in relation to the recession, these headwinds are going to affect how you get your business to the destination that you want over the next couple of years.
For sure. The first result I took note of within the survey and the video was that millionaires' belief of, or the millionaires' belief of the likelihood of a recession. So only 21% of millionaires aren't convinced there will be a recession at all in the next 2 years, with the others agreeing that it's just a matter of time. With this in mind, it is important to think about how you will adapt for the effects it may have on your business.
Yeah, and thinking about your income overall. Another result of the survey discusses the biggest threats to your personal wealth in the eyes of these millionaires. This would be inflation. And what's relevant here is that while your business costs as an online entrepreneur are unlikely to go up, your customers' cost of living is going up. And what we are likely to see as a result is people cutting back on subscriptions, especially online subscriptions. And people are also likely to take longer to make up their mind and take action.
We don't want you to feel scared by this news, but we definitely believe it is important to be aware of what is happening and how this may impact you as well. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I guess it's really important to get on the front foot in terms of your business. We'd recommend 3 strategies here. The first are small optimizations that you can undertake. And you're making sure you're doing your housekeeping or your hygiene with regular postings, specials, and challenges. The second thing that we recommend is introducing new plays, perhaps introducing a different offer or a lower ticket offer, a lower ticket product. Then there are bold moves. What kind of initiatives can you make that could be getting active on other social channels, and could be some longer form content or writing a guide of some sort. All these ideas are with a view to develop your business in uncertain times.
For sure. I think building those strong foundations like consistency over time is also really important, and probably habits that you have started developing since starting your business as well. And so for this week's What Are We Watching segment, we have decided to pick a documentary on theme for Cybersecurity Week. We watched The Great Hack. The Great Hack discusses the Cambridge Analytica scandal, where people's personal data was used mainly for political advertising. There was so much within this to unpack. What did you think, Sam?
Yeah, while this has been out since 2019, we're still feeling the fallout from things like Brexit and more recently the 3 Supreme Court justices being appointed under Trump. With the latest court rulings upending women's rights, one direct issue could be that using a period tracking app, the data from which could be used to prosecute you should you seek an out-of-state abortion. So being very wary of the value of your data is vital, and the implications that it could have on your life.
Completely, and that is an example of, I guess, an effect from all of this, which is really surprising and very concerning as well. So important to have that awareness as we've been discussing. It's a huge theme from all of this. And obviously so many of us are unaware of how our data is being used, and if we have businesses, we should be aware of how we are using other people's data as well. So reading a privacy policy, for example, or on the business side of things, actually making sure that your privacy policy is fully updated is key.
Yeah, another main theme I took from this is that your data that you hold is actually a huge asset, and you need to treat it with care. It can be used to grow or build your business, whether that's the data your clients or people you are advertising to that you have. And as we are about to get into a cookieless world with new privacy legislation kicking in, understanding how to use interaction in that cookieless world is pretty important. Also, understanding what you need to know about GDPR is also a key thing, and something we'll be highlighting as part of Cybersecurity Week. Be wary of ransom attacks on your social accounts too. As Toby mentioned at the beginning, recently we became aware of a scam where your social account appears to be suspended. And quite often, with the customer service from social channels being pretty slow and unresponsive, you get very frustrated by their lack of response, since it's your income that's at risk here. And all of a sudden you get contacted by somebody who can get your account unlocked for $1,000 US. And what typically has happened is that, being desperate, you pay up and magically your account is back. So this really reinforces the importance of two-factor authentication and multi-factor authentication, so that you're not susceptible to these types of scams.
I definitely agree. I think your data is a huge asset, and it's a really important thing to highlight. So we will leave the link to the Netflix doco below if you're keen to check it out.
And next up, you guys will have heard us chat about the First 15 challenge happening in recent weeks. And we want to make sure you guys have all the details so you can be in the running to win a huge prize.
Very exciting. This is your opportunity to impact as many lives as possible over 100 days and be in to win, as Sam mentioned, a huge prize package.
Yeah, that includes a trip to New Zealand along with a content creation package and much more. And so far, more than 3,965 lives have been impacted since last Tuesday. This challenge is your opportunity to make a difference at the same time as building your business.
For sure. And that's all we have for today. So thank you everyone for watching. We look forward to seeing how you continue to impact more lives with some of these resources as well.
And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. And remember, the close friends group on Instagram is a way to stay up to date. Ciao for now.